Research Wing Fung Financial Group, and he joins us on the phone line from Hong Kong. Mark, hi, good to have you. First of all, how are you looking at this week? I mean, it has been really volatile, lots of global cues to react to as well. How are you advising to end this week, and would you be carrying any positions given the fact that it's a long weekend across globe?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I think the volatility in precious metals, especially gold, is really hard for risk management at this moment, especially because we can see that the range-bound trading, the game has been changing. The original range, 1200 to 1250, has been have seen a significant breakthrough, and the trend is edging upwards, and the speed is pretty fast. And because of the concern of the geopolitical tensions, as well as the changing attitude of the interest rate high after the attitude shown from President Trump that Janet Yellen may have the chance to be the next term, to be serving in the next term. I think the overall sentiment for gold for now for gold is really positive. First, the risk attitude, the concern about the geopolitical risk actually lifted up for maybe $20 from the original 1250 something, and the other momentum is added to it by the changing attitude of the central banker, the succession. Right now, I think it is very easy, technically speaking, to have a trial on we can see the resistance level 1300. I think the round number is made for us to be broken. So at this moment, the trend is pretty clear. For short-term speculators, it is especially good timing for them to bet moving upwards, maybe to 1310. I think that should be the initial target price at this moment.
So while you are expecting the gold prices to trade higher from here, but what are the chances that the gold prices will sustain at these current levels? I mean, once we are done 1300, we are barely $10 away from there. Do you see prices sustaining?
Well, I think technically speaking, the original range, 1200 to 1250, has been there for quite some time, and as long as the range is not broken with that kind of momentum, we can say that it is quite safe to be range-bound traded. But after all, for the past few sessions, we can see that the gravity towards that range is not as serious as before. And we can see that the new momentum added by both sides. We can see that they are quite significant. Originally scheduled as a range-bound trading by the positive factors by the geopolitical tension is actually contained by the negative factors by the interest rate high acceleration. But now even the negative factors are turned positive. So the momentum is added to the whole price trajectory. At this moment, I can't see that we are going to short it any moment soon.
So, Mark, do you also expect the prices in silver to gain as good as gold? Because while gold is up nearly 3% this week, silver is down less than 2%.
Well, for the short-term traders, especially those who have enjoyed for a few weeks on the range trading, now they have to cut loss because of the acceleration in moving upwards, and because of that, that may create a self-fulfilling prophecy and add a momentum. So at this moment, from the risk management perspective, it is not quite wise or not the right timing to go short sorted. Even though you may not be really bullish about gold, but after all, you are right that after the 1310 level is reached, what can we do? I think a new trading range may be 1270 to 1310, and that's quite a narrow range, but still we can see that the whole trading range is moving up.
Mark, come on quickly on the metal space as well, because even as the precious metals have done quite well, the same fundamentals do not work for the metal space, as geopolitical tensions, etc., also perhaps mean that the demand wouldn't be as good as earlier was expected.
Well, I think we have to discuss the whole thing in two separate meanings. First of all, the so-called geopolitical tensions. Actually, from a structural point of view, it exists in our daily lives, and from a probabilistic estimation, we can see that it happens quite someday, some places, somewhere, but we can't actually estimate the exact happening. So after all, the actual market reactions towards the risk events have been reducing impact from the last decade. But overall speaking, I think what is going to be happen in North Korea or even in other places after the Trump administration started the missiles or the other kind of weaponries,
okay.
I think the whole thing is going to move upwards, the sentiment.
All right, Mark, your point is well taken. Thank you so much for joining us. That's the expectation coming in from Wing Fung. They do